It's an interesting thing that I learned when I was about 30. And had my doctorate, I was working at MIT as a researcher. But I was wondering, why am I actually worried about the moons of Jupiter when people are starving in the world? And so I quit astronomy and joined the Peace Corps. I went to Africa. But what I found when I got to Kenya was that the people there wanted to know about astronomy. They wanted to look through my little telescope and see the rings of Saturn. But of course they do, because this is what human beings do. Wondering about the universe is feeding our souls, because we don't live by bread alone. Back in 1986, one of our astronomers, Martin McCarthy, just had this insight that the place is too quiet. It's not like a university where there are students to challenge you. Why don't we bring the students here? He had the idea of a summer school where we would have 4 weeks of intensive study with students who'd be the best in the world, 25 of them, on some particular topic. And what we have found is that it brings this whole place to life, and it communicates to the astronomical world how much joy there is to do science for the love of the truth, to remind ourselves why we're doing this. We do it for love of truth, which to a Christian like me, to a Catholic, means love of the one who is truth.
It's a month-long school, so we have a lot of time to interact and make connections. I'm Armenian, and I grew up Armenian in Lebanon, which is like a small Christian community. So growing up, the church was an important part of my upbringing. So I thought this was just a very interesting opportunity to kind of explore the relationship between the church, religion, and science.
I think that's great advice, because the main drive for science is curiosity and wondering for something. It's, like energy for science is to find something new. So I think it's really great advice for young scientists.
In science, you are seeking truth, and I have my own spirituality, and we have different religions here, people from different places and different cultures, and they all are looking for the same thing. We want to understand the world, and I think that's what unites us.
You read the opening book of Genesis and the description of creation there, and people go, oh, that's so non-scientific. Well, it's good science 2,500 years ago. What hasn't changed is not the science of the creation, but the God of creation. And who is the God who creates in Genesis? One who is there before creation occurs, outside of space, outside of time, creating space and time itself. One who creates as logically as day follows night. One who creates and at every stage of creation looks and says, this is good. And one who says the ultimate moment of creation, the ultimate goal of creation, is the Sabbath. The day when we stop worrying about what are we going to eat, and we allow ourselves to look at the universe and see in it the Creator, and be amazed by how it works and how incredibly subtle and elegant the Creator has been. That's astronomy.